Hi guys, welcome back. I hope the beginning of your year is already going well. I cannot believe we are halfway through January. If it is off to a slow start like mine, then that is totally okay. I actually canceled my workout today just because I feel like I needed a slower morning. I needed to just kind of slow down, recalibrate, and not every single day is meant for absolutely crushing it. So today we are taking it nice and slow, and we're going to chat a little bit about goals for the new year, how we're kind of resetting, how we're having a slow start to January. I feel like we go straight from holiday chaos right into jumping into our goals and trying to achieve things on January 1st. And to be honest, I like to use January, like the whole month of January, to just set an intention, start to get into a routine, because this time of year can still be kind of difficult to jump right into goals. You're getting sick a little bit more, it's cold outside, like it's just not the time to rehaul your entire life. So here's a few little kind of slow goals and slow resets and intentions that we are doing for January. I thought it would be fun to share a little bit of what I'm doing for January. Hopefully you find it inspiring. Definitely let me know how your new year is going. Do you have any goals? Do you have any intentions? Or is this kind of like a maintenance year, a year where you're just trying to survive? Those years are totally normal too. So instead of trying to do everything all at once, here is how I'm kind of resetting into the new year and how January is going so far. I honestly feel like this is number one on everyone's list this year, but for me, it is going to be less screen time. I will say halfway through January, I've already stuck to this one pretty well, and I attribute that all to Brick. Not sponsored at all, but I feel like Brick just makes it so addicting to actually be off of your phone more. But here are a few other ways that has really helped me get off my phone this year. First, I've been deleting apps I don't use and unfollowing people that just don't inspire me. I've also found it super helpful to have my Brick set up on a schedule, so it sets limits during specific hours. For me personally, this is from 4:30 p.m. until 9 a.m. My phone is completely bricked, and that way I'm just spending time with my family and focusing on things outside of being on my phone. Another thing I've been doing is when I feel the need to scroll is asking myself, what do I need? A lot of times I am looking for inspiration, or I am just wanting to kill time. So I'm trying to get in the habit of trying to find other ways to fill whatever I am needing in that moment instead of just constantly defaulting to scrolling. I've also come to realize that if you don't have a replacement for scrolling, it is very easy to stay addicted to scrolling. So finding a replacement hobby, whether that's reading, knitting, watercolor, but having something to do when you would typically scroll is really helpful. Another big goal for me this year is to be more content with what I have. And I do think social media plays a lot into this because it's so easy to compare yourself to the 5% of time that you see in other people's lives. It makes me feel like I'm behind, I'm missing something, that things that I have are not enough. And I don't know about you, but that's just not a good feeling to constantly live with. So with that, I just want to find more ways to declutter and own less. So really trying to reorganize more of my space in my home, let go of things. I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in the what if I need this, or holding on to things just in case. But if this is also something you want to do, I have found that organizing one space at a time is super helpful, even if it's just one drawer or one shelf at a time. This makes it feel a lot less overwhelming and more approachable instead of trying to rehaul everything that you own and donate it all at once. One thing I really want to bring more into this year is creating just for the fun of it. There's no pressure for people to like it, for it to make money for me. Like, I just want to start doing things for the fun of it, whether that's painting, pottery, photography. I've been getting so into photography now that I'm not on my phone as much. So just finding different ways to just create and have fun without the pressure to just show it to the world. To be honest, I caught myself overthinking just a 12-second video the other day, and I was like, why am I doing this? I should just be creating this for fun and putting it out there versus the expectation of, what if they don't like this, or how do I make this perform better? I think a great way to start creating for the fun of it is really just allowing yourself to be a beginner again, and also coming back to things that you enjoyed when you were a kid. I have really found that scheduling in this time has been really helpful for me. So every single week I do 24 hours of no phone time, and this allows me to just be so much more creative just for the fun of it. And the last thing I'm really setting intention for this year is hopefully planning to get pregnant again. I'll be 34 this summer, and honestly, my age doesn't really worry me when it comes to getting pregnant, but with that in mind, I do want to make sure that I am doing the best for my body and taking care of myself so that I go into it feeling super strong, feeling stress-free, doing whatever I can to make sure that I just feel the best mentally, physically, and emotionally. If you want to check out more on this, I made a YouTube short kind of like condensing everything everything that I'll be doing. I can touch on a little bit here, but definitely go watch that video and if you want a deep dive into everything that I'll be doing. So a few things I'll be doing to help prep for pregnancy this time around is tracking my cycle with Oura Ring and Natural Cycles. I did this to get pregnant with Penelope, and we were able to get pregnant pretty quickly, and I think it just helps kind of knowing a little bit more about your cycle and when it's the right time to try. I'm also planning on working out 3 to 4 times a week, focusing on strengthening the pelvic floor, the deep core, and the glutes. I really like Sculpt Society, P-Volve, and Evlo Fitness for this. I also want to focus on daily walks and light cardio just to kind of keep my heart healthy as I go into pregnancy. Focusing on eating balanced meals, so protein, fat, and fiber. And then 3 months prior to trying to conceive, I'm going to take Parallel's conception pack. I feel like this is something that also really helped me last time we got pregnant, was taking prenatals before we started trying. Stress relief is a big one for me. I notice such a difference when I take breaks throughout the day. So either going for a walk, actually sitting down and having lunch, even just stepping away and letting my mind breathe for a second without any noise is just so relaxing and therapeutic. I've actually really struggled the past couple of years to make time for journaling and meditation and deep breathing, and I forgot how much these things really affect my mental health. So I really want to start prioritizing morning journal time just to get my thoughts out there, to pray and put all of my wishes out into the universe and into God's hands. And this part is a little vulnerable, but I think it's important to talk about because I don't think it's mentioned enough, and that is focusing on your finances before having a kid or another kid. We're still paying off debt. We got married, we bought a house, we had a baby all within like a year and a half of each other. So right now we are in a no spend season. I've been trying my hardest to not spend much this January. So going along with that, I want to have more no spend days, weeks, months, whatever it looks like. I feel like this practice really helps you romanticize the ordinary. It helps you be a little bit more creative with cooking at home or with outfits that you already have. Because I really think that when you spend less money, you are romanticizing the everyday a little bit more. You are slowing down, you're noticing, you are really living in your ordinary routines and allowing them to feel special. And I think another thing I want to be more intentional about this year is creating long form content. I think stuff like YouTube and podcasts is just such a different pace when it comes to how it affects you mentally and emotionally. So I don't know exactly what this looks like for me, but I want to continue more with YouTube. That is a big goal of mine, to stay consistent this year, at least one a week, maybe every other week. We'll see what we get into. Maybe it's podcasts, maybe it's something else, but I do think we are seeing more of a trend of returning back to long form content because people are getting so burnt out on short form media. Like, there is just something so relaxing about putting on a YouTube video, doing a little bit of laundry, doing some cooking, that just it itches your brain in a different way than like Instagram or TikTok. I feel like this year already feels like the year of less. People are wanting to go more analog. People are wanting to have more of this whimsical life. And I think along with that, something I want to focus more on is just overthinking a lot less. I want to stop putting pressure on myself, and I think those are good ones to end on, because if there's anything you get out of this video, I hope it is that you stop overthinking so much, stop putting pressure on yourself. You are doing great. 2026 doesn't have to be the year of more. It could be your maintenance year. It could be your reset year. It could be your slow year. Honestly, it can be whatever you want it to be, but I think this is just a nice mindset to have. Just continuing to go into 2026 with what is your timeline, what works for you, what is going to make you feel fulfilled this year. So on that note, I hope you guys are having a great start to the year. We still have 11 and a half months to go, but I'm super excited to be with you all along the way. So I'll see you guys in the next one.